My name is Jayani.
Hi, I'm Shehanka Kulatunga.
I am a food writer, blogger, and the author of veggies.com.
I'm a mother of two, and I'm the owner and founder of Holy Belly Restaurant.
Cooking for me is therapy.
Cooking is actually a stress relief for me.
It's an absolute art form.
My love for food have made me open up the restaurant.
That brings together different flavors, different textures.
My favorite cuisine is Sri Lankan, and I love cooking Sri Lankan food.
Different nuances that enhance the quality of life in general.
The spices and the aromas and all, I just love it.
I would like to introduce myself as a creator in general. I write horror stories in my spare time and indulge in poetry, and I love cooking. So the reason why I got into food blogging is because of that same reason, because cooking for myself was the only way that I could indulge in the food that I loved and that I experienced around the world. So what I will be doing during these episodes is take you around the world in a journey of food. I will be concentrating in Italian food and fusion of Sri Lankan spices and the flavors that make your mouth water. I hope you are as excited as me about this. Welcome to my home. So today what we are going to make is a traditional Italian cookie which is called the Amaretti cookie. So this recipe involves just 5 ingredients, very simple. A bit of almond flour, egg whites, sugar, and my trusted Amaretto liquor. If I'm to talk a little bit about this recipe, Amaretti means almond flavored. So that is what I'm going to use today. Almond flour and this almond flavored liquor called Amaretto, which is produced in the Sorrento region of Italy. So first of all, we need 2 egg whites. I have 2 eggs here and I'm going to separate it. Don't throw away the egg yolks because you're going to need it later in a different recipe. You are looking for a very stiff consistency. I will show you as we go on doing this recipe. What I'm going to do next is mix half of this sugar to this almond flour. Just roughly mix it there. You don't need to just go all the way because it's going to get mixed in anyway. I'm going to be whipping this egg white into stiff peaks. So you have a bit of a frothy consistency right now. So what I'm going to do is add the sugar, the rest of the sugar, into the egg mixture. I'm using brown sugar here because I don't believe in refined white sugar, so all my recipes include brown sugar because that is healthier. So what we are aiming for are stiff peaks. So when you lift the beater out of the bowl, if you've got this shape on your beaters and it stays like that, you've gone for the desired level. The important thing that you need to remember when you are beating egg whites to stiff peaks is you need a very clean bowl and you need to make sure none of the egg yolks get into the mixture. Because if any of the egg yolks or any of the pollutants get into the mixture, you will not reach the desired level of stiff peaks. So that is very, very important. Just keep that in mind. Right, so now we have the egg whites beaten into stiff peaks. So what I'm going to now do is just mix in this mixture of almond flour and sugar into this mixture. So if you don't have almond flour at home, what I usually do is put a bit of almonds into a food processor and grind it into a fine flour. It doesn't need to be absolutely fine, I just like it coarse, if you can see the consistency, because this amount of texture, it adds a little bit of bite to the mixture as well. So I have my almond flour in, and let's get to the amaretto. Just 3 tablespoons will do. But if you don't have amaretto at home, even a little bit of almond essence would do. Just 3 drops, that's all. Don't overdo it. That's 1, 2, and 3. One more for good measure. Right now we are not going to beat it in, we are just going to mix it in with a spatula. Because you don't want to overdo the mixture, because egg whites have been whipped and air has been worked into it, so you don't really want the air to go out of that mixture. Because the air that you beat into the mixture is what gives the cookies its texture. We are done with the mixture, it's beautifully blended in. Don't worry if you've got a little bit of pieces and a little bit of clusters in it, just don't worry about it, because it's all going to come up well in the end. So what we are now going to do is put these cookies into the oven. So I have a prepared baking sheet here with a baking paper. So what you now need to do is take a metal spoon. I am emphasizing on the fact that it is a metal spoon, because once again we are working with egg whites. And metal spoons don't tend to trap any of pollutants, so therefore it will not affect the mixture. So I'm using a metal spoon now. Just get like a little walnut sized bit of mixture there. And what I've got here is icing sugar, a mix of icing sugar and regular caster sugar. I'm going to just drop it in and just roll it in this mixture. Roughly shape it, don't worry too much about the shape, and just place it on the cookie sheet. Do that until you run out of the mixture. Make sure you put a bit of distance between each of the cookies, because it's going to expand as it bakes. So we've dropped little walnut-sized balls onto the baking paper. So this goes into the oven, 160 degrees Celsius. It needs to bake very, very slowly, and you need to keep a very sharp eye on these cookies, because you don't want to get it burnt. For about 20 minutes, and you should get like a lovely crackled golden brown on the outside, and then you know it's done. So the cookies are out of the oven. As you can see, there's a beautiful crackling going on the outside, and it's beautifully brown. And when you tap on the cookie, you get this hollow sound. That's when you know that the cookie is done. So let's plate it up. Now for the taste test. I'm not sure if you can hear the crunch, but it's beautifully crunchy. And the middle is a little bit chewy. And you get that beautiful amaretto flavor as well. Usually, Amaretti cookies are served with a cup of coffee. Or you can just break it into small pieces and serve it in desserts, whichever way you like. I like this as it is.
Hi, I'm Shehanka Kulatunga. Welcome to another episode of Homemade. When I was a kid, I was the only child, so whenever I come after school, my mom and father both used to go to work, so I was alone and I was always with my maid, and I always love helping her around when she's cooking. My love for food have made me open up a restaurant, and if you come check us out, you will find out that I have collaborated many cuisines together and I have made up the menu. In this series, I'll be cooking some of Italian food and some of American. So today I'm gonna make the salmon steak with veggies. This dish is my husband's favorite actually. He's a big time gym addict, so he only eats healthy food, and this is one of his favorite dishes. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to introduce the ingredients now. There is baby carrot and we need baby potato, cauliflower, there is lemon juice, butter, oregano, rosemary, cooking cream, olive oil, some pepper, salt, onions and garlic. So let's first start with boiling the veggies. You can cut out the leaves of the carrot and just let it boil for about a good 5 minutes, and until that we can put the couscous into some boiling water. I'm just going to put about 4 spoons of couscous, some salt, and you can add some butter and just leave it. You can close it and leave it for a while. Now you take the salmon steak. So I have 2 salmon steaks. I'm just going to scar the skin of the salmon so that it cooks faster. Like a slight scar, don't make it very deep. I'm going to add some pepper and salt into it for the seasoning. So leave it aside and let's check the veggies. I don't want it to get overboiled, slight like blanch, and that would be enough. The veggies, I don't want it to get overboiled because I'm going to saute it later. So once the carrot and the baby potatoes are in, after about say good 3 minutes, you can add the cauliflower because the cauliflower cooks faster than the carrot and the potatoes. The veggies are done. Let's drain the water out and see, it's not overboiled. This is just perfect. So second step is the salmon. So you add some olive oil and the heat should be little low. You don't want the salmon to be overcooked as well. So once you put the olive oil, just chop in some garlic and add to the pan. Add it to the oil. And the oil is too hot. When you're adding the salmon, just put the skin side first because many doesn't like when the skin is raw. So once it's crispy, you can eat the skin as well, and it's yummy. Just let it rest for a while. Keep turning it. Don't make it brown, but just keep turning it. So the couscous is done. As you can see, it's fluffy and nice. So you can even add some herbs into it. I want to just cross the potatoes so that it looks nice once you saute it. Small cross. Keep turning it. It's almost done. Just keep turning it. You know it's done when it's brown in color. So that's why I always add garlic into it because the smell, it gives a really nice smell. So finally we are going to the sauce. So this is what makes it yummy. You get some garlic and you have to chop it finely. Chop it into very fine pieces. Say half onion and chop the onion as well. So this sauce recipe was given to me by my chef actually. I think it's done now. So first we add some olive oil, about 2 spoons. You add the chopped garlic and the onion. this sauce really goes well with the salmon because the lemon flavor and the buttery flavor, it's really nice. Salt and some pepper. And then you add some butter, like a cube of butter. Now the pan is already heated, so you can even off the oven. It's yellow in color. While you're cooking it, just add a little bit of flour to get the thickness and stir it. Don't let it get lumped, so stir it well. So you add a little bit of cooking cream, say about 1-2 spoons. You add some cooking wine into it. It's thick. So finally you add some lemon juice. You can add some sugar as well if you want, because I love sweets, so I will be adding some sugar, but you can even have it like this. A little, like a pinch of sugar, that's more than enough. It's done and it smells really, really good, guys. So the sauce is done and it's really nice, and I think the smell is like really good. I hope you guys like it too. So I'm gonna leave it aside, and then we're gonna saute the vegetables, guys. I'm gonna use the same pan that I cooked the salmon in to saute the vegetables. First we're gonna add a little bit of butter. There is already oil in the pan, so you don't need much. A little bit is enough. And then there's already garlic in the pan. So add the veggies. So there is already garlic, and if you add a little bit of salt, it's fine. So I'm gonna just close it and keep it for about 7 minutes. Until that, you can put a little couscous on the side and place the salmon on top of it. You can add the sauce. Veggies are done, so you can add the vegetables. So my salmon dish is done, guys. There is veggies in it, there is carbs, and there is protein. I hope you guys like it. And this is my take on salmon with veggies and lemon and butter sauce. So you guys can't taste it, but I'm gonna taste it for you guys. And it's so good. There's lemon in it, there's butter and garlic, so garlic and lemon, it's like perfect. I hope you guys like this dish, and I hope to see you guys again. This is my homemade.